Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Tuesday, and usually Tuesday we're trying to digest a lot of numbers that come out of the USDA, and no exception on this Tuesday. They dropped the U.S. corn and soybean crop ratings pretty much where the market was expecting. But we also had a couple of new private crop estimates out there for the September 11th USDA crop report. We had one group that basically said that the yield in the United States is 176, a crop of 14,860, the bean yield of 51, and a crop of 4,400. We also had a private estimate group came out, and they said the yield is for corn is 179.6, a 15,085 crop, and a 52.9 bushel bean yield with a 43.88 crop. I'm sure that there was some adjustment in acres in corn, especially maybe down 500,000 acres because of issues in Iowa, but both numbers I think are probably a little bit above what we would need to see the market push higher, especially in soybeans. There was talk that we really need a yield in beans down to 50 to test the $10 price range. Export inspection numbers were a little bit below expectations, and now we're in a new crop year in corn and soybeans, and the USDA does have a pretty big increase in both U.S. Corn and soybean exports this new marketing year versus last year. And I think that to prove that, we're going to have to see some maybe lower price action. U.S. corn is competitive right now, but I think South America and Ukraine will offer corn maybe at cheaper values. And we'll just see how much China buys U.S. corn. And the beans were competitive versus Brazil through January. After that, Brazil's cheaper, and they're talking about a record soybean crop. So we'll see how much beans are bought down the road. But the market will be continuing to be watching for any daily announcements of new soybean sales to China and new corn, maybe even new corn sales to China. As far as the weather is concerned, it looks like this week's going to be mostly dry with temperatures at or maybe below normal. Next week we have some a chance maybe a little bit of shower activity early in the week across the Midwest. Until then, the rains tend to favor the Delta and the Ohio River Valley area. Our weather guy expects a pretty quiet tropical system-wise for the U.S. Here in the first half of September. But maybe starting September 18th, we could see more active tropical depressions moving across the Atlantic towards the United States. So we'll have to kind of watch that pretty closely. Along with the lower crop ratings, the USDA did show maturity of both the corn and bean crops ahead of normal. So we're not too far away from starting to hear some harvest beginning across the Midwest for corn. There's still a chance that the soybean crop could be helped with the rain, but again, there's not one forecasted until early next week. Outside markets, stocks higher, dollar lower, and the lower dollar is giving gold an uptick, and continue to see an uptrend in both the stocks and also in the gold, and a lower trend in the dollar. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, changing tomorrow starts today.